All right, it's Jay today and Gwen tomorrow, and we're back with another adventure. So today is May 18th, 2023, and I figured I'd bring you guys along on an adventure. It is 81 degrees here in Milwaukee, and I'm gonna make my way over to Russell Military Museum in Zion, I believe that's how you say it, Illinois. So I figured I'd turn the camera. That bike looks really cool. That is a really neat looking bike. That is so cool. So yeah, that was definitely neat. Cool little bike back there. So the museum that I'm currently going to, a while back, I ended up showing up during the week, and they were closed on the day. Well, they were closed, you know, and I believe they're open after Memorial Day. They're open every day of the week, but I'm not 100% sure. You may have to look that up online. However, they were closed, and I was able to look at the outside of the museum and not the inside. Today, I'm going to be looking at the inside, so, and the surrounding property of it. Like I said, there's helicopters, jets, you guys saw the tanks there. There's all kinds of stuff there, and I'm hoping to get a good look at all of it, or what I can. So again, figured I'd turn the camera on, bring you guys along, so that way you guys can see how cool this museum is. This museum's right on the border of Wisconsin in Illinois. Again, every time I drive by, I'm like, man, I want to stop and see. And today I wasn't doing anything, and I figured, you know what, the heck, we're currently in Greenfield, Wisconsin, and it's like 36 miles up the road, so why not go out and explore? Kinds of construction going on down here. Didn't see that squad car driving there. 32 more miles before Russell Road. Being that today's Saturday, I imagine it's probably going to be busy, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. Currently 83 degrees outside. I think it's supposed to be 88 up in Green Bay, which is 2 hours north of here. A little bit more than 2 hours. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be down here, but he's got a GoPro right right on his helmet, like right where you would I'm suspecting like the hood comes down, like right where your face would be. That's where the GoPro's at. That's interesting. I believe we did pass the IKEA, I think, which would have been back there to the right one of these days we'll go in there and film and show you the, and I've never had them, but I've heard so many people talk about the meatballs that they have there that are so good. I've never had, I think they're like Swedish meatballs. Never had them. Gwen has had them and she said they're really good, but I've never had them. That's just like a day trip. I mean, like, that is, walking around in there through all that stuff is just so much. It's almost overwhelming. Buy all that stuff from IKEA and then you got to put it all together. I don't know what happened there, but I imagine it was an animal of some sort, probably. 7 Mile Road. So there's a flea market up here, and I'm suspecting that flea market is nice and packed. It'll be off to the right. I believe they have it Saturday and Sunday, but it could be Friday, Saturday, Sunday during the summer. So that's the auction. They got a car auction there that, I mean, there's so many cars there in that auction. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, actually that's still the car auction thing with all the cars. But yep, 7 Mile Fair, Market Square. Open Saturday and Sunday. So it's only open Saturday and Sunday. But that place is packed. I've seen it worse. I've seen it where there's cars parked along the road. So, but yeah. What is that semi doing? Oh, there's tires and stuff in the road. Cop up here hiding is what the GPS is saying. Whether or not that's true is a whole nother thing, but we won't know. Oh, they got that way station, so that's probably where they're talking about, like he's up there. getting a little cloudy. It's probably like a little cloud. Oh, back to the sun we go. Just admiring the drive down here, so that's probably why I'm being quiet. So that way you guys can enjoy the drive too. Another 15 miles. Racine and Mount Pleasant. So up here to the left, here in a couple, I don't think we passed it, but is the world's largest Quick Trip. And it's funny when you think of it because it's only like 16,000 square feet, and to some people that's a lot. I mean, I've never owned anything with that kind of square footage. But when I think of a gas station and I think of the world's largest, I think of Buc-ee's in Sevierville, which is like 74,000 square feet, I think, or whatever like that. And that's the world's largest Buc-ee's. But that was of the time that video was filmed was July something. I think it was July 7th of 2023. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, July 7th of 2023, somewhere in there. Again, the world's largest Buc-ee's. However, Buc-ee's has built another one out in Colorado that is the same square footage, so it's like only 74,000 square feet, and there was talks about building a 75,000 square foot one back in Texas so they can have the ultimate world's largest gas station. But you know, as you start getting, in fact, now that I'm talking about Buc-ee's, there's a sign over there to the right, 469 miles to the closest Buc-ee's. That's interesting. I wonder if that's the one in Springfield, Missouri, if there's one, I can't remember, or if that's Richmond, Kentucky. Again, I'm not 100% sure where that Buc-ee's is at. Either way, that's pretty funny. You know, talking about it and all of a sudden the sign appears. I knew there was a sign somewhere over here, but I didn't know where at. And that dump truck is dumping rocks all over the road. Not cool. Oh, that's a weird Prius. Too bad I can't do the same that he was doing to me with the rocks, little pebbles. I wouldn't want to do that anyway. I just, you know. Alright, so yep, so where you see that off to the right, there's, what is it called, something, house, I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's Mars House, Mars, I believe it might be Mars House, but that's like the Mars Cheese Factory there to the right, with a big sign that you see over there above the trees. Yep, Mars Cheese, I think is what it's called. And then over here to the left now, again, is that world's largest Quick Trip at like 16,000 square feet. So, and again, that just keeps coming to my mind with that, you know, when you think of a gas station, I keep going back to Buc-ee's, you know, because Buc-ee's is a destination and it's really cool. So I really enjoyed the times that I've spent at Buc-ee's. Maybe one of these days we'll have to come check that out. The Mars Cheese Factory. And then you got Amazon over here to the left, which is a huge building. And then you got, is it Hasbro? The one that makes the translucent gummy bears candy. You're gonna see a big water tower over to the right coming up. It'll be blue and it'll have their logo on it. It'd have been cool if they would have made a huge translucent bear, you know, sitting outside their company there. Another Amazon. Bristol. village of Pleasant Prairie. Apparently I got in a lane with the cars that are going way slower than I was. Who knew that? Who knew that? Come on, Indiana. You can do faster than that. Another 5.3 miles. 4.3 before we actually exit, so maybe I'll get over in front of the semi. Why not? There's that company I was talking about that makes those gummy bears. Halberry or Hasbury. Got a big blue water tower over there. I think they make more than gummy bears and gummy worms and stuff. I think they make a bunch of stuff. But that's one thing that sticks out in my mind is that, so. I think we're going to be going into Illinois first and then cutting back over, which is weird. I didn't realize. Oh, I guess I could have took that exit back there and then stayed on the frontage road. That's fine, but over here to the right before you cross into Illinois, or Illinois, whatever you want to call it, is the Bristol Run Fair. Right here where these water towers are right here that we're passing by. I'm suspecting they'll be opening any day now, probably after Memorial Day. We haven't been there in years. And we are now in Illinois.
Welcome to Illinois.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, they got so much stuff there. I saw some people walking around back there in the museum, so it's kind of cool. Thought I turned that off, but apparently I didn't. Love's gas station. Oh yeah, that place has got some people there. Oh, look at, there's a tank out front. That is cool. Look at that. That is interesting. All right. So let's go check it out. I believe that's an Abrams, if I'm not mistaken. When I was in the service, I used to work on these, the engine component. That is so cool. Doesn't have the hatch up there. It looks like that was removed. That is so neat. I like how it's orange and blue. Very cool. All right, so let's go inside and see what we see. So admission here is adults 15, children, veterans, seniors 10, and then 2 under for free. So I just learned a bunch about this tank here. So as you can see, it's orange and blue for the Chicago Bears, which is kind of funny. But this tank, it was just recently painted too, from my understanding. And this tank was actually in the movie Courage Under Fire. Denzel Washington, from what I'm being told, was actually drove this tank. That's what the staff, the lady that's working the front in there told me, and I thought that was kind of cool. I did not know that, and to be honest, I'm not sure if I've watched that movie, but now I'm kind of curious because now I may have to. But yeah, Courage Under Fire. So look like we have a little issue there. Also was told that, like, when it comes to some of the tanks or whatever that they have, including some of the helicopters, not the helicopters, but the airplanes and stuff, they're on loan from the government here, because they're a non-profit. This Russell Military Museum is a non-profit. So when they get the stuff in, it's just basically, it's a loan. They don't get to keep it, but they can present it to other people who are wanting to take a look at it, like me, who will pay the $10, $15 to come in to the museum. So that is really cool. I did not know that. But again, this tank was from Courage Under Fire, and Denzel Washington actually drove this in that movie. That is cool. Piece of history there. Now I'm gonna have to go watch that movie. It's just so interesting what you find out. So, but anyway, so let's go inside. Let's take a look at some of the stuff. I'm glad that they're open, because like I said last time I was here, they were closed. Got a couple things here.
Should.
And let's go walking around.
Take your dad. Yeah. We're gonna go to the real built in the 1920s.
So there's so much stuff, so I may put some ammo cans. I may just walk briefly through this. Just to show you, because I really want to see out back. There is some really cool stuff that I wanted to show you guys. So, and then they have some tank stuff that like children can put together or play with. Is that Legos? Yeah, it is Legos. That is cool.
Did you ever see one where it was on two strings and you had a hand, it had a gas powered,
and then $3 grenades, little stress balls.
But it's not like you're not gluing it or anything. It's much more solid. I would say very light. You might put it together, but not much. You know, it's more like it's a thing that really like tries to fly, and then you'd go like you'd try.
Oh, that.
But it was very difficult. I remember.
Yeah, I don't know if those would be good. Like this looks like it could be real ammunition, kind of. But yeah, like wow.
Wings and stuff, you know what? But I mean, I crashed it pretty early.
Yeah, side by side. We own the building across the street.
Oh, it's like a cockpit. All right, so let's go check it out. Let's go look at the museum now. I'm gonna try not to be walking too crazy, but my foot's acting up today, so bear with me, guys, as we go on this journey to see some stuff. This is so cool seeing this stuff. This was actually, when I was in the service, this is the PT uniform. This shirt here was the PT uniform that we got right before I got out. That was back in 2000. Was it 2000 or 2001? I think it was 2001. Yeah, 2001. So, got a little army jeep. All right, so this is kind of cool. And we got all these. Oh, an 88 recovery vehicle. Did some work on that when I was in the service. This big tank over here. That is so cool. Fort Sill.
That's the world's smallest helicopter.
All right, let's go over here. That's cool. So this is actually a flag holder that they would put. It'd be on a rod that would go into the gravestone, and then they place the flag up on this, so it's off the ground. Drill sergeant hat. That is interesting. Never seen one up in person, so that's kind of cool. Wow. Wow. So the repairs that, like, some of the stuff is just ridiculous on what people have caused damage to some of the stuff here. And then they got this, an M29C water weasel, built by Studebaker. M29 weasel. I think it's the first time I've seen one. That's cool. I wonder if that's a Harley. It was shot, looks like it might have been shot in the fuel tank. But I don't know if that, I'm not touching anything because again, I just don't want, like, there's been, some of the stuff could be pretty fragile, so. So when I was in a service, we had a bayonet too, but I don't remember what it was, so. Didn't really keep up with a lot of that stuff. You don't have time to think, so. Those look like stickers, but it looks like it was shot, but I think it's a sticker. But this is a Willys MP World War II Jeep, an M38, Veterans Administration 1930. M38A1, again with those stickers, so. M151 nut or mutt. I don't know why I said nut. So growing up, I was so fascinated with this vehicle, this half-track M3A1. Like I just look so cool and so bad at the same time. To be on tracks and then also to have, almost looks like a deuce and a half with a track, but they call it the half track. Again, not 100% sure, but that's what it reminds me of. That is so cool. Very neat. Must be some Vietnam uniforms. Very cool. That is kind of cool. The BV206. Look at that. That is so cool. This is insane. I don't even, like, I'm not even sure. Well, this is, what is this? An XR311? Looks like a Humvee modified. Was designed as a prototype to perform the same roles as a Humvee. It just looks like it's badder than a Humvee. That is insane. Wow. There's a lot to take in here. Look at that. That is so cool. M4 Sherman tank. That is just so bad. But it's a prototype, so I guess it never actually came to. This is insane. It must be a jet engine of some sort. We'll see here shortly.
What's that?
Look at that massive thing.
Yeah, at the Smithsonian, right?
Washington DC, yeah. Instead, I think that was probably also one of the coolest museums out there. Anything that has to do with aviation is cool.
Some of this stuff is just so, I'm just trying to take it all in as I walk with the camera. Look at these little, that is so cool. That is so cool. Oh, hovercraft. OH-23. So cool. Some nose cone there for something. I don't know what that would be for. Again, a lot of this stuff I'm not going to know what it is because, again, my job was a tank mechanic when I was in the service. I never got involved with a lot of this other stuff. That is insane over there. Wow. This is pretty cool. Air Commander hovercraft. That looks like that would be a lot of fun. But again, you're in the Army or military or something like that, so probably not. Look at this massive beast. Wow. That is insane. Look at the size of that. Compared to me. I mean, look at this. This is just insane. This thing is huge. That's mind-boggling how big that is. So again, look at how massive that is. See, we worked on turbine engines, but they were for the tanks. So this is was off an Airbus, Boeing 747 and Boeing 767. Man, that is just insane when you're looking at these engines this close. Wow. I'm just trying to, like, I mean, this is just so huge. space shuttle tiles. That is interesting. Oh, this is interesting. A lot of ordnance here. And this is the other side of that tank thing that that's really cool. Some MREs, French MREs. We used to bet people with the crackers, so we would think these are the crackers, but again, these may not even be the time frame. But anyway, what we do is we would tell individuals that you have to eat the crackers and you can't drink water for like 3 or 4 minutes or something like that, and we bet like $10 or something like that. Nobody ever won because those crackers are so dry and you have to drink water. You're gonna choke otherwise. So but yeah, this is really neat stuff. Sea rations and stuff. Very cool. I think you can kind of smell that food that's coming out of the can. So when I was in Korea, we had some MREs that had to get turned in because they were expiring. And it was quite a bit. So I believe that when we turned them in, they may go to the museum of some sort because you can't use those anymore after they expire. Claymore Mine. Was on a Claymore Mine range when I was in Korea. Did not want to shoot any of them, but just was not a fan of all the percussions and all that stuff, all the loud noises going off. I think we did like 80 in 2 days, but I don't remember. OH58. So cool.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I will try not to
Guy was a lieutenant colonel. Look at all those ribbons. Oh, it says colonel, but he has lieutenant colonel on his uniform.
Oh yeah. It's a model 1015. I have an original at home. This is a CD player. The VA had it in the auction down in Danville, Illinois. Gave $200 for it. Went down there, picked it up, brought it home, took it all apart, cleaned it. And there was a motherboard in the main computer. $268 on that. I did. Put it back together, timed everything perfect. We'll take a watch.
This is so cool seeing this stuff.
Oh man. Well, my sister-in-law.
I'm not sure what a lot of those ribbons are. So again, because I did 3 years and I got out, so I didn't really spend a whole lot of time. Very cool. This is cool. I like that. If you guys know what some of these ribbons are, put them down in the comment section. I would be kind of curious to learn some of this stuff. Very interesting.
I don't remember shit. That's like, I talked to so many people about shit that I forget about it, and then the next day I'm like, I got here all the way from Indianapolis today.
So cool. This is just mind-boggling. Like, look at the cannons on this thing. That is just insane. That's an M50 U.S. Marine Corps 1968 Vietnam. That is so insane. All right, let's go outside because that's where the cool stuff is. Like, they got an A10 out here. Exit to outside displays. Let's look. Got a bunch of boat motors. Looks like a helicopter. This is insane. The inner workings of this thing. Look at that. Wow. This is insane. Vehicles turn left to exit. I'm not even sure what tail wing or airplane I'm on. I just think it's pretty neat. That looks like where the blades would be for a helicopter of some sort. Very cool. Got a couple Humvees back here. Deuce and a half. So when I was in Korea, we were taking a deuce and a halves because we got the LMTVs, but we were taking a deuce and a halves and basically down to, I don't know if it was Osan or Busan, and they were cutting the axles, taking all the engine stuff out and throwing them in the ocean to make an artificial coral reef. Again, that's when I was down there, and that was years ago in Korea. There's a 113. It's kind of cool. It's a helicopter. That is pretty neat. Look at this stuff. This is so cool. That's insane right there. Man, so cool. Now I'm gonna be lost when it comes to these jets or whatever. I mean, I've heard of them, but I honestly have no idea what they are. T-38 Taylor. Okay. Mach speed 1.3. That's the A10, I think, right there, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is the A10. Could be wrong, but that is the A10 Thunderbolt. Look at that. That is so cool. And the only reason why I know that is because I've seen videos of it and stuff like that. That is so neat. All right, I'm not gonna go up those stairs. I'm just not feeling it today. So, but I bet it looks pretty cool up there. This is pretty cool. Look at these jets. An A-70. F-16B. That is cool. What is this one? T-38. This one is the same as the one on the far end, I believe, next to the helicopter. This is cool. I didn't find a sign what that was. I was looking for it, but I don't know where it's at. Still pretty cool though. That is cool. That's a drone there, it looks like. There's a Bradley. So this tank can actually float. I see they took, doesn't look like they have the thing on there, but usually it had a rubber thing on there and it could float, if I remember correctly. I think that's a bridge layer right here. I don't know the proper name, so. Look at those cars. Looks like they've seen better days. CH-46, that is huge. Very cool. So cool seeing military history like this. So I'm going to try to cut across over here. Got a Humvee here. I think that's a Hemet record, possibly. Another 113. These are the big semis that they used for hauling the tanks and stuff. It's another 113 back there. A couple helicopters. That truck is just smashed. That's the inside of one. And that piece comes down there too, so you can sit a couple people back here. Looks like some sort of helicopter thing. Bunch of takes down there, helicopters. This video is getting a little longer, so that's the reason why I'm not going down some of the aisles. So these are, well, actually down there, the LMTVs. So that's what we got that replaced the Deuce and a Half. And that's the reason why we were getting new vehicles when I was over there, and they were swapping it out for the Deuce and a Halves. Funny thing is you see a lot of those Deuce and a Halves still at like National Guard units and stuff. It's a lot to take in here. This is really cool. Especially the helicopters up on the thing up there. I'm so glad I drove down here for this. This is really cool. Duck boat. Sheriff rescue. Seen better days. Police on that one. Look at that helicopter. That is so, I don't know if that's an Apache or what that is. That is so cool. This looks like a 113. Oh, there's a 113 right there. So I may have mistaken, the other one may not have been a 113. But this is a actually this is a 113 too. It's based on the 113. Huh. M901A1. It looks like a Bradley, but I don't know if this is a Bradley. This may be a Bradley. No, it's not a Bradley. They don't have the turn up there. It's not a Bradley. That one's not a Bradley. This is some sort of simulator of something. I don't know what it is. MRAP trainer of some sort. All right, guys. If you like this kind of content, please feel free to subscribe, like, share, follow. And with that, guys, again, this is a Russell Museum here in Zion, Illinois, I think. Probably slaughtering that name. And with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this one. I know this is kind of a longer video. I wanted to get a lot of the stuff to show you, but there's a lot here. If you're ever at the border of Wisconsin and Illinois, this is a really cool place to stop in. Again, right at the border. Very neat. And with that, guys, I'll catch you on the next adventures here, there, and everywhere. Take care. See you next time.